The Bible is the most popular book in the human history. It is considered the most sacred text by many religions, such as Christianity and Judaism, so it would be hard to imagine something profane written on it. However, there actually exists an evil version of the Holy Bible with a full page of Satan on it. But it isn't about the Satanic Bible, it's something more mythical, something much wilder. Welcome back to Binge History, a place where you can binge history like you binge eating. Today, we will explore the Codex Gigas, aka the Devil's Bible. The manuscript collection Codex Gigas has a very unusual legend behind it due to its highly unusual full-page portrait of Satan and the rumor about its creation. The manuscript was created in the early 13th century at the Benedictine monastery of Podlace in Bohemia, which is now a region of Krast in the Czech Republic. The manuscript includes the entire Vulgate Bible, as well as other popular works written in Latin. Between the Old and New Testaments are a number of popular medieval reference works such as Josephus's Antiquities of the Jews and De Bello Iudaico, Isidore of Seville's Encyclopaedia Etymologiae, the Chronicle of Cosmas of Prague, and medical works, an early version of the Ars Medicinae compilation of treatises. The most strange story is behind the book's making. The legend says that the entire book, containing 310 pages, was written by a lone scribe over a single night, and when the person found out the difficulty in completing the task was beyond his powers, he asked the devil for help. Eventually, the Codex Gigas made its way to Rudolf II's Imperial Library in Prague. Then, the entire collection was again taken as spoils of war by the Swedish army during the 30 Years' War in 1648, and the manuscript is now preserved at the National Library of Sweden in Stockholm, where it is kept on public display. The most highlighting part of this manuscript is the devil's part. The devil is depicted in approximately 50 centimeters tall. A full-page depiction of the Kingdom of Heaven is directly opposite the devil, thus producing contrasting images of good and evil. The devil is depicted frontally, crouching with his arms raised in a dynamic pose. He wears a white loincloth with small comma-shaped red dashes on it. These dashes have been interpreted as ermine fur tails, a popular symbol of sovereignty. He lacks a tail and has normal human proportions for his body, arms, and legs. His hands and feet have only 4 fingers and toes each, which end in large claws. His claws and large horns are both red. The devil's figure has a large, dark green head with dense curls that form a type of skull cap. His red-tipped ears are large, and his eyes are small with red pupils. His open mouth reveals 2 long red tongues protruding from the corners of his mouth, as well as his small white teeth. The above-mentioned doubling of tongues makes up negative associations with serpents, which have forked tongues, a biblical metaphor for dishonest people. Several pages preceding this double spread are written in yellow characters on blackened parchment and have a very gloomy tone, which contrasts with the rest of the codex. The reason for the color variations is that the codex's pages are made of vellum. When exposed to ultraviolet light, the pages that were most frequently turned developed this distinctive darker color. The codex's bookbinding consists of leather-covered wooden boards with ornate metal guards and fittings. It is the largest known medieval manuscript, measuring 92 centimeters long, 50 centimeters wide, and 22 centimeters thick. The Codex Gigas weighs 74.8 kilograms and is made up of 310 vellum leaves that are said to be made from the skins of 160 donkeys or possibly calfskin, covering 142.6 meters squared. The illuminations in the manuscript are red, blue, yellow, green, and gold. Capital letters at the beginning of books of the Bible and the Chronicle are elaborately illuminated in multiple colors, sometimes taking up the entire page. 57 of these chapters have survived, while the first chapter of Genesis is missing. There are also 20 initials with blue letters and red vine decorations. With the exception of the portraits of the devil, an author portrait of Josephus, and a squirrel perched on top of an initial, the illuminations all depict geometrical or plant-based forms rather than human or animal forms. There are also 2 images depicting heaven and earth during the creation, like blue and green circles with the sun, moon, and some stars, and a planet entirely made up of water with no landmasses. Major capitals are greatly enlarged within books, taking up the height of about 5 to 6 lines of text in red ink and placed in the margins. Less important diversions within the text, such as the beginning of verses, are slightly enlarged and highlighted with yellowish ink around the letter forms. Overall, this book is gigantic. According to one version of a Middle Ages legend, the scribe was a monk who broke his monastic vows and was sentenced to be walled up alive. To avoid this harsh punishment, he promised to write in one night a book that would forever glorify the monastery and include all human knowledge. Near midnight, he realized he couldn't finish the book on his own, so he made a special prayer, not to God, but to the fallen angel Lucifer, asking him to assist him in exchange for his soul. The devil finished the manuscript, and the monk added the devil's picture as a thank you for his assistance. It is estimated that reproducing only the calligraphy without the illustrations or embellishments would have taken 20 years of non-stop writing in tests to recreate the work. Still, many people are skeptical about the origin and suggest different stories regarding the mastery behind the book. Surprisingly, some experts came to the conclusion that the continuous uniformity suggests the Codex Gigas might have really been completed by a single scribe in a short period of time. However, others claim that this was impossible to achieve. What about you? What story will you believe? Leave your comment below to let us know. Coming to the end of the video, make sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications for more interesting content. Thank you for watching Binge History. Hope you enjoyed the video, and we will meet again in the next one.